How are you, eh? How are you?
I'm swell. Yourself?
Is your wife like Kate's favorite item?
She is.
Let her know that Kate's favorite. Well, maybe you won't let her know. Kate's favorite's having quite a nice little sale right now, so she may not go with us. Do you have an email address for this email, so she'll get the message?
We're awaiting a quorum, which is one more member, which one will not be here and one is on his way. I just tried to call.
I know, and our stuff is so heavy, and I just never knew what she was just a fight one. So, I can figure out. Sad. Pretty good sales. Not that I was freezing it right before I came in here. Somebody's down there.
Who do I need to swear? Oh. Yeah, he just called. Yeah, I know. Jealous, but.
Is that now your warm place destination?
Yeah, my daughter out there.
My favorite place.
Yeah. I had on the Philippines first round of that last night. Sun on the ocean. It was just beautiful.
Joe, Scott had sent me an updated wastewater leaks, and it needs to go over here soon, because there's some things. I mean, it's got some of that, but there's just some things that could be changed in it. In my opinion. I don't know. Is there a tree on the
Yeah, that showed you the problem.
That's true.
Glass.
They did, 2 hour delay. So they do even, and my family hates it.
Chuck Grover, please.
Kids. So on a normal day, they go to school and they might get teachers assignments, assignments there. They get some of them done in class already. Well, we learned all 7 grades on assignment, and the assignments generally bigger than the big normal just because it's so like, it doesn't take them the entire day. It takes 3 hours or so.
I guess you're right, guys.
Just to help them see there's the counts. I think Warsaw schools are
What's that? I can't get over that much. No, that's probably next step. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you're. Yeah, I think you're right.
Amy is a student. It's the attorney. So usually 2 or 3 questions a day. So it's interesting to see what people are dealing with. Yeah.
Like what we're selling things
Well, things like, do you have an ordinance that allows you to ban individual from your city? And here's the ordinance of what to do about bicycles that are just found around town. 600 bicycles that are just taking up space in the garage. See there, they were going to do bikes for rentals.
Yeah.
Well, we hope this helps.
Right.
So, Austin's like, you see golf ball, and then there's a sidewalk afterwards. You can see it.
You know, I tried to make contact once with the Uptown District.
Yeah.
So I haven't contacted you. At Howard.
As much as I know they're not covered, I'll try to hold your spit still, you still get the flinch so bad.
Yeah. So the one time I golfed, I lost my ball last
So
year.
where'd you end up going for dinner when you had
We went to Morton's on like
Yeah.
the night.
Oh, okay, nice.
And we got
Did
the
you get to
big.
devour downtown?
Yep.
Did they have pretty good?
Yeah. Yeah, because the steak was huge. It was like 6 ounces of filet, and this one I had. They had 2 things, and one was like $10. The other, but the $10 one was like the Brussels sprouts. And it's everything.
Thank you for your patience. Jeff's on his way, so probably another 10 minutes. Sorry. Was there anything to say?
Not really.
Hey, we got sunshine in our beautiful city. Yeah. It's nice. Huh? No, I think what happened was everybody covered first class. I don't know if you forgot that George wasn't going to be here, I guess. So I think you have to do the delay. George had sent an email earlier this week saying, I'll be there, make sure you're there. Jeff said I will be there. That's a word.
I thought this was going to be. This guy shot us, and they charge him with breakfast or Red Bull breakfast. That's what he did himself.
That's a bad day. Go back to the, I've been down there to see the gas station.
Oh yeah, I was like, checked it out yesterday.
It's pretty, it looks all
Sightworks has turned it down.
The whole idea is now.
The last few years, 7 he works for Sightworks now. Tearing him down. He said there's really specific, do not disturb any of the cement or the soil. You need to cover that.
Yeah.
Was impressed.
Did you go yesterday?
I didn't go to place that.
Yeah.
follow it some because of Joel. I follow
Yeah.
sports anyhow. I don't go to as much as I read about it just because after being here now for 7.5 years, I know a lot of these kids' parents. It's good to have track.
Yeah.
Louisville, Kentucky State,
Penguin Point.
Yeah.
Well, they're national cup in that one. Nick, you got any jokes? You got any jokes? Jokes? We're live, so probably not.
The Shakers.
Oh, I saw it. Did you see bought the Marlon Stetson bought the bar and the restaurant? So now they're gonna keep the, at least keep the theater going.
Like, that's where it goes to.
Really? What did they pay for that?
4.25
Was that the total sell of everything or just that?
for everything.
No, there it is. Why did he pay for that? Restaurant. Two cabins, southern fudge. That's a lot. I mean, it's a lot of buildings.
4 through 7 and 14 through 16. Yeah.
So if you look at what that movie, we're gonna do.
The inn and the 2 acres adjoining it was supposed to be 1.2.
So they're gonna try to scrap it at least to put the arts principles. Right. How that is.
So 6 part of what they bought. Yeah. And that has the rights to the festival. So Dennis Cruz, is he the state senator? John Cruz. That's probably. Well, you spend $1.5 million, you probably have plans.
Well, if you spend $1.5 million, probably not extend it, bring it in, $1.5 million, maybe bring it, I mean, they might expand the festival, they might expand the entertainment. They might saw.
Well, they just gotta find somebody to do it, and then I think the work was different. Time consuming, this family and the other, whatever,
Yeah, not everything that sells isn't because it's not.
profitable, it's just.
People want to do that.
There's a lot of family businesses that we deal with in our office. Having a successful flower doesn't mean necessarily a successful sign.
Or kids that even follow that.
Usually that's a recipe for disaster, because they think it's.
So it oftentimes, unfortunately, the advice ends up being your family would be better off to sell to maybe have someone else who doesn't want to stay or work that family
Right.
curious of you. It's as valuable today with you leaving there.
Oh, yeah. You need a bigger place, don't they?
It's carry out.
Oh, it is?
Well, you can dine in.
Yeah.
I apologize. Sorry, Mayor. My schedule and I just forgot. I apologize.
You got your stuff. All right, thank you for your patience. We'll call the meeting to order. Start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, so we'll start with the approval of the minutes from the January 17th meeting. Those were presented. I did have a chance to look over those. I didn't see any changes.
I'll move to approve.
I'll second. Further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right. Again, thank you to our visitors and patients. Let's move. There is one report, oral and written communication. We've moved that from the agenda, which is the statistics from WPD. Just for your information, they're presented in the reports. There's no action necessary on those. Those were reviewed with the Traffic Commission the other day. So they're just here for your notice. All right, so let's move into new business. We'll start with Breakfast Optimist Club is requesting a street closure for the car show, which has been done in the past, and other than weather, they've done a marvelous job.
Thanks.
So, how are you?
Good, how you doing?
Good.
Yeah, so we're planning on May 17th. We have a rainout date because we needed one last year. So rainout date is May 31st, 2 weeks later. And then it's going to be the same street closures that we've done in the past. I didn't know if
All
you
right.
have the maps up there.
Alan? Yes, sir. All right, so you're passing the baton? All right. Everything the same pretty much as it's been in the past as far as even the, that Sunday is the same Sunday. Yeah. All right. Anything, any questions?
No, I don't. I move to accept.
I will second that. Further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Jeff, you might take note of that date, make sure we get the streets swept nice and clean for all those pretty cars. Thank you. I know you've always done a good job with that. All right, Housing Authority, got a couple releases from the Home of Your Own repairs. Hi, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Good.
Yeah, I have, I'm Alistair McFerrin. I have the release of mortgage for 118 South Scott Street. And then we have a request to become, to subordinate a lien on the house based off of, we reviewed we think he's financially able to handle the mortgage. So we'd like to have the approval to have that subordinated.
All right, so we'll consider these separately. The first one is the release of mortgage for Scott Street. Assume the work's been done, everything's been paid, just procedurally need to have that done, correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Yeah, I'm all good with that. I move to approve.
second, further discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, now you might have to explain this a little bit more, this subordination. He had worked on his home through the revolving loan fund as well.
It was in the Market Street project.
Yes, this is, this is a different property, same gentleman?
I believe so.
Same guy, same property.
You just said Market Street.
It's at Market and Scott Street, I believe.
Mhm.
So it might have a Scott Street address, but it's at the corner of Market and Scott, is my understanding.
Is this a separate project?
So this was before I was working here, so all I know is that the First Federal Savings Bank, he's getting the $120,000 loan and want us to subordinate to the second lien.
Scott, do you have any comments on this? Basically, it just said Mr. Brainerd's has been approved for a loan to complete the rehab to his home First Federal Savings is requesting the city to subordinate their lien to the second lien holder. So does that mean we're just moving down the list?
Yes,
Okay. Which is,
common.
yeah.
So no issue, concern from you.
I think it's common practice that we're subordinate to the primary lien holder.
After you got the loan from the bank, they become
Yeah.
primary. That makes sense. Okay.
Good?
Yep.
Okay, I move to accept.
All right, I'll second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right.
Do you need signatures on those both?
Yes, please.
Joe, would you like to go ahead and sign
Yep.
those now?
These coordination agreements.
This needs to be notarized.
I'm supposed to take that over right after this. That's what Pam told me to do.
I'm a notary, but I don't have a seal with me.
Where do you want me to sign this?
We don't have a generic seal.
I think it's
There?
Yeah.
There. All right, so they've been notarized. All right. Okay, we've got three requests for Center Pike and Winona. I assume these are the, let's see,
These are annual contributions to
Yes.
each lake association. It helps with their cleanup, it helps with their testing and all the things that they have to do as the association to,
and these
keep
amounts have
lakes.
remained the same?
They have.
They're annual amounts that we
Yes.
continually support?
yes.
I don't see any reason why we can't consider, I assume they're the same, yeah, for all three lakes. I don't see any reason why we can't consider all
Yeah,
three
I
together.
was gonna ask that the agreements are all the same, there's been no change there.
That's
on
correct.
three.
All the same. 2,500.
2,500,
Yes.
if it's okay with
Yep.
you. I'll move to approve all three.
I'll second that. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right. And now into a plethora of parks fun things.
Well, we have one first. Design Collaboratives contract, I think is the next thing on the agenda. Is that correct?
Yep, there you
Yep.
go.
So this is for the design and development, the building drawings, for the renovation of the pavilion, which will include the offices.
Yes. That's being funded.
It's through the park, yeah,
Yep.
the
All
park
right.
fund.
All right, yes, there's been a lot of discussion about utilizing space that already exists. Just needs to really be finished off
Correct.
within the current pavilion. You never know there was that much space available upstairs. So we're going to try and take full advantage and do some nice remodeling, if you will. A lot of things on the table. We're looking at potentially opening up the view out to the lake from the main pavilion area inside, creating office space for the Parks Department, which has been displaced by the Buffalo Street project. And I know there's other amenities that are being looked at,
Yes.
all with the thought of just doing kind of a facelift. So, and Design Collaborative was involved in the original feasibility study that talked about all the different projects that are potentially going on down at the park. This has obviously been prioritized by the Parks Department because of the need for space and the excitement to get to give this facelift to the pavilion. And that
And
was
Sean can correct me if I'm wrong, I think it was the mid-90s, the last time we had a full remodel of that building. Is
Yeah,
that,
we did some interior work in 2008, I believe, but anything else is going to be.
yeah.
yeah, this will be significant. Okay. All right.
Well, looking at the details, the schematic design is already complete.
Yes.
We're looking at 6 to 8 weeks design development and construction. And then bidding will be in the next 40. That's what I'm seeing. That's what we're approving today.
Correct.
The 135, okay.
Design, construction documents, bidding, so this takes us to the point where we're ready for
Ready
construction.
to go, yes.
Right. You good?
Yeah,
Yeah, thank you. I move to approve.
I will second that. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right. All right, item number 8 is a permission to accept a grant from the Community Foundation.
Yes, so this is the second grant that I had approval to apply for. This grant is from the Glover Family Fund through the Kosciuszko County Community Foundation, and it goes fully to support the Central Park Concert Series.
All right, and again, just notified of that, so
I move to approve.
I will second that. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right,
Thank you.
and now into the fun things.
Now into the fun
All right,
things.
we'll start with the summer concert series.
So I just have one for now. This is The Sound. This is our gospel concert. This is paid for completely out of grant funding through the Indiana Arts Commission, which have been graciously funding us for several years now. So this will be the finale for the series, and it's been a very large concert the last 3 years that we've done it, so.
Good. All right, questions?
No. I move to approve.
I'll second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, Fall Family Fun, Ice Creations, item number 10.
This is the last contract for Fall Family Fun that you will see. In the last, I believe, 2 or 3 years, we've used Ice Creations to come in and do pumpkin carving for us. I feel like that's kind of fizzling out, so this year I'm asking them to come and do wood carving. They do some of that with a chainsaw, they do some, with smaller tools, but they'll actually do it on site, and then we retain whatever they carve while they're at our program. And they're coming from Ohio to do that, so a little bit of that is travel cost.
Okay,
Move to approve.
second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, item number 11.
This is for Family Carnival. This is our face painters through Creative Comedy. Mary's been doing this for us as long as I have record. And they're always wonderful.
Joe, did you want to do all family carnival once and then?
have
No, we'll
several
just
for
go through
Carnival.
them. Let's just go through them individually, because I want to check on, pricing is still the same.
Price is the same for
Didn't
her,
we, didn't
yes.
we raise one of these last year?
We raised hers because we went from 2 face
Yeah.
painters to 3.
Yeah, I
But
remember
this is
that.
the same as last year,
Okay,
yes.
great. All right,
I move to approve.
all right, I'll second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, those opposed? All right, item 12,
This is for Ken Ernsberger. This is one of our 2 balloon artists. We pay them separately. And his fee is the same as last year.
okay.
Move to approve.
Second, further discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, next.
Next one is Randy Martin. He's one of our 2 caricature artists for Carnival. And his fee is the same as last year.
Okay,
I move to approve.
I'll second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Oh, and Paul McCartney's coming?
Darlene McCartney is our other caricature artist. And I did bump her up a little bit to get her closer to where Randy is. They ride together from Fort Wayne and Randy does the driving, so I kept him a little higher. But I did bump her up, I believe, $20 or $25.
Okay.
240 total.
$240 total for the 3 hours.
And just remind me as we've going through these when the carnival is,
We actually moved it up a week this year. It's going to be July 31st.
okay?
Historically, it's always been the first Friday in August, but there's an awful lot going on that weekend. So
Yes.
we bumped that up, so it'll be the last Friday in July this year.
That's great. I appreciate that. So, yeah, the 31st, and then it won't conflict with First Friday, and both be great events. All right, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
I'll second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? My wife will be disappointed it's not Paul McCartney.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So will your clerk
So-
treasurer.
So I'll have her come down and meet Darlene.
The last one for Carnival today is for Mellow Productions. This is our second balloon artist, and he is the same. It's $240.
Okay,
Move to accept.
second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, light up the night.
Yeah, moving into Light Up the Night, this is always the first Friday in December, and we coordinate with Paula down here for First Friday and have Santa ride in the Twinkle Parade, so this is Santa's contract. And it's $300. It's been that way since we moved the event to 3 hours instead of 2. It's been the
So you're
300.
getting Santa Claus.
This is Santa Claus.
You're getting Santa Claus, correct?
$300.
Teresa, it's just Santa Claus.
No.
Okay, thank you. All right. All right,
I move to approve.
I'll second. Further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed?
Okay, this is Rachel Kruger and Kruger Doodles, say that 3 times fast, for our face painters for Light Up the Night. And her fee is the same.
All right,
I move to approve.
I'll second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All
And
right,
then this is my last one for today. Mellow Productions then for Light Up the Night. He provides all 3 balloon artists and then he pays them instead of us contracting with them separately. And it's $825 for 3 artists for 3 hours.
okay.
I move to approve.
Second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, thanks
you.
Sheila. Thanks, Sean. Okay, planning. Airport Industrial Park Sewer Project Pay App number 10. Second amount of $49,540.75.
Yeah, this is still part of our bond issue, so we're still paying from the bond. This is pay application 10. Wessler has reviewed it as well as myself and James. So you have the application that goes to the bank for payment and then the pay application.
All right. Just a quick question, how we doing, timeline on the project?
Well, they're not doing much right now. I think they're doing a little detail work that they can do. It'll pick back up once the weather breaks. So far, we're still on schedule to finish in August.
Good, thank you. All right, any questions?
No, I move to approve.
I'll second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, moving over to Anchorage Road. Assume this is engineering pay app?
Yes. So you have pay application 7 for preliminary engineering. This is 80/20. So we'll pay out 100, be reimbursed by NDOT for 80%. This contract is being paid out of a portion of EDIT and portion of the Northern TIF. This pay application is in the amount of $25,016.47, and it is the first of our many contracts as part of the NDOT project.
All right,
Move to accept.
second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right. Item 21 is, it's like a rate sheet from Kimple, who does our surveying.
Yes,
John Kimple.
every year we just have the Board of Works approve their their year's rates, in this case 2020's rates for the year.
Have you noted any changes in those?
I did not look. I would imagine they probably went up a little bit.
Question?
No, I move to approve.
I'll second. Further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right. Item number 9, Justin will be presenting. That's the Lincoln Sidewalk Project.
Yeah, so this is pay application number 9. It is for the preliminary engineering services for the Lincoln Neighborhood Sidewalk Project. Again, that's an 80/20 grant. So we're just moving forward with that and continuing to make progress on the engineering services portion of that NDOT project.
When do you anticipate construction starting on that?
So 2022 would be the year where the construction would likely take place. Because of the way NDOT projects are structured, that's a 4-year process where we have to go through each step of the process. So fiscal year 2021, 2022. So we're looking at construction in 2022, the way that breaks down. So.
Could be August of 2021, couldn't it? Isn't there a year right in the middle? Possibly. I'm not saying it will.
Our window for letting is from July 2021 to June of 2022.
I see. So likelihood of it being, construction starting in 2021 is not.
Not great, because the sidewalk project is a little bit better than the road project. Market Street was bid out, I believe, August or September of the year prior, but because we didn't want to start constructing, have the road got torn up, they did
Yeah.
something, but for the most part, the construction was off.
Yeah, and that's why I asked the question, knowing it was a sidewalk project and not a road project. If there
So,
was,
yeah, like Jeremy said, there could be a potential, but yeah, you don't want the roads torn up.
Sure.
Over the winter, and,
all right.
I move to approve.
I will second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right. We did talk about the annual traffic report, or referenced it in oral and written communications, so we'll move on to item 24. Again, item 23 required no action. Item 24 is request to participate in the stop arm violation enforcement. Is this a new grant? Or is this,
I think we did participate in last year, or this past year.
Earlier this year.
Earlier this
Yeah,
year.
You're right,
This
last year.
past fall, yeah. I guess it
Just
seems like
switched
we.
years, didn't we?
So last year, we did participate for the first time. So this is just a request so that we apply and be for this coming fall. And the funds would be $32,000 for the entire county. Our portion would be $12,000. There's no local match.
and as with most of these, they're, you say they're countywide, and it's.
Countywide, these are facilitated through
Winona
through
Lake.
Town of Winona
Yeah.
Lake, Craig Allball and Joe Hahn.
Okay. All right. Questions?
No, I move to approve.
I will second. Further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Item 25, similar request for DUI task force grant.
Correct. So items 23, 24, and 25 are requests to receive funds. On November 1st of last year, Captain Bean came to request the ability to apply. So now we're just asking for the ability to accept the funds as we have been granted. And I believe the Operation Pullover was awarded $22,600. Of that, approximately $6,000 will go to the city of Warsaw. For the DUI task force, the amount is $22,500, with $8,000 approximately designated for Warsaw. And then the non-motorist grant is awarded at $18,000, with approximately $9,000 being designated for the city of Warsaw. And I will note these overtime funds are already built into the budget, so and there's no match. So we'll pay the funds out of our overtime to the officers, and these funds will just be placed in the general fund.
And then 27 is the same thing. That's Operation Pullover. Again, that's the acceptance of those grant
That
funds.
is correct. That's correct.
So that's, looks like 6,000 for the city.
All combined about $40,000.
Correct. So we have the Operation Pullover, 6,000, the DUI task force in the amount of 8,000, and the non-motorist in the amount of 9,000.
Okay. And I think we can consider the acceptance of those three amounts all in one motion.
I move to accept all three as presented.
Okay. I will second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right. All right, thanks. Item 28, request to purchase F-350 cab chassis from Rice Ford.
Yes, F-350 cabin chassis from Rice Ford, in the amount of $36,450. We have the money in our equipment budget for this year for one of those trucks.
So then what'll go on that truck? Is that,
There's going to be a service body, which our shop supervisor will be. He takes a vehicle home now. It's a regular pickup truck. And so this will have a service body on the back, which he can put his tools, equipment, torches, things that he needs to work on equipment in the middle of the night.
when he goes to work on a fire truck that breaks down or whatever. Right now, everything's shoved in a box in the back of his truck, so every time he needs a tool, he crawls up in the back of his truck, gets back out, crawls back in. So this will have access to where he doesn't have to climb in the back of his truck to get.
You say that's for a mechanic?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. All right. Questions?
No, I move to approve.
I'll second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, thank you. All right, Jennifer, new hire, change in payroll.
Yes. We have 2 individuals from the fire department going through a promotional process. Kelly Bradley is a patrol officer. She's been assigned to more of a second shift assignment. And Dan Reisner is a promotion also. He took the place for Dwayne Greiner, who retired last year, or earlier this year.
Okay. So 2 promotions, shift differential, 3 promotions. Yep,
I move to approve.
I will second that. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? And you've got an agreement with One America?
Actually, we have a travel request if you would do that
Oh.
first, or we can do the.
No,
One
let's
America.
go with travel request.
Okay. Yep, just have some travel requests. Got some individuals from the street department, look like they're going to the road school. Fire, you're on there.
I am on there at the top,
Storm.
going to the AIM Board of Directors in my capacity as AIM Board President for 2020. Full disclosure, that's what that's about. Joel's going for critical incident stress management. Yeah, I've looked through all these. Questions?
No. I move to accept all as presented.
I will second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, now the One America Roth agreement.
Right, we actually have been using a 457 for our employees since about 2002, I think is when we entered into our first agreement with that. Back in 2014, Mayor Talmer, you and I met with representatives. We asked them to add some options in for the employees. They got 2 and 3 done, the 20% limitation and the 90-day wash, but they did not get the Roth done. And during an audit this year, we discovered that, and they did admit that it was on their end. So this is just a brand-new document showing that change that they actually did get to implement at the first of this year. I just need for you just to acknowledge it so we can have that.
So you said the Roth investment option was
Right.
what was left off?
Correct.
Okay.
And we did not know about it until we had an employee asking about it. Although it was approved, it never
All right,
never got completed.
so this cleans that up.
It does.
All right?
So you need a motion on this then, that we've accepted it? or-
Just to accept the document so that we can
I
file
move
this.
that we accept the document as presented.
I'll second. Further discussion?
Thank you.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, thank you.
I don't have any special claims.
All right, so we'll move into the claims dockets. I did scroll through here, and I didn't see anything that I would need to ask about.
I move to approve.
All right, I'll second that. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, I do believe we have a walk-in. Jeremy, this is a pay application for North Point Drive.
Yes. So this project was a match project between NDOT, the street department, and the Eastern TIF for the North Point improvements, which include road improvements and sidewalks. This is pay application 5 in the amount of $39,345.42. It is not the final pay application, as there is still a balance to finish. The project's mostly done, but because it was late in the fall, there's still some seeding and things that carry on over to the new year.
Okay. Questions?
No, I move to approve.
All right, I'll second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Any other matters to come before the Board of Works? Okay, I just want to mention, we met with NDOT and Norfolk and Southern earlier this week. I talked about the Traffic Commission, and I'm just reminding people again, Norfolk and Southern is going to be coming into the community, and I'm not going to say exactly when. They said within the next few weeks, but I know they're still coordinating with NDOT and the city. They will be coming in and completely redoing the safety warning signals at 8 intersections from Pope. So you got Pope, Winona, Market Center, Main, Fort Wayne, Arthur, and Lyon. They will be working on those. They told us it's about an 8-month project to completely improve replace and add to. Some of those don't have gates. I don't have all the details for you right now. They're sending those details on exactly what they're going to do at each intersection. But suffice it to say that this project was originally approved. I voted to approve it at a MACOG meeting. I looked back the other day. It was in August of 2013. So we're finally getting this done. In all fairness, they did expand the program. Initially, there was just 3 crossings involved, and they decided that with the conditions on Hickory Street, they wanted to do more comprehensive safety improvements. Besides just the crossings, they're going to do, which is a separate project, but also going to come on later. They're going to do some improvements on traffic improvements on Hickory Street. But the issue that we're here about is that they will be starting in 2 to 3 weeks to work on all these intersections, one at a time, I assume. I think he said they might have 2 crews here, so they may be doing 2 intersections at a time, but we were advised this is not going to be like when they laid the rail and we had to completely close these intersections. Our understanding is that there will be some lane restrictions at times, possible very short-term closures when they're actually setting these structures, but these will be, for the most part, these intersections, actually railroad crossings I should call them, will remain open through that construction period, but they're going to be around for a while and hopefully get all this done. Then sometime in May, NDOT will come in and start doing work on Hickory Street between Market and Fort Wayne, or Market and Main to Fort Wayne. And they'll be, we're actually going to be creating one-way, narrowing, actually restricting traffic flow on Hickory Street by creating just one-way only, again, to try and improve the safety of these freight trains coming through this residential area in our community. It's long been a concern of Norfolk and Southern and NDOT to try and improve this. Obviously, we've always had concerns when, again, you get a freight train come rumbling through a residential area at street level. It's a little unsettling. So there's going to be a pretty significant amount of work done to try and alleviate all that. So that will start in May. And my understanding, that's going through October. James, do you remember?
They said early November.
Okay. So May through November will be the NDOT Hickory Street portion of it. And hopefully February plus 8 months. So whenever they start, that's what they've told us, it's an 8-month project, will be the railroad warning signal improvements at all those intersections. So we will get information out as those specific crossings are identified, and if there are lane closures, temporary lane closures or lane restrictions, we'll get that information out as soon as it becomes available. James, anything to add?
The NDOT project also includes the traffic signal replacements between Prairie and Fort Wayne.
Yes, another part of the project. So you're exactly right. The traffic signals on 15, there'll be, I think, 7 signals in the community on 15, traffic signals that will be replaced. And those are designed to be tied into the railroad safety crossings so that when the trains are coming through, those signals will actually assist with clearing any of that traffic that's in and around the tracks. So it's another coordinated safety improvement between NDOT and Norfolk and Southern. So again, actually 3 components to this. You got the safety crossings at the 8 intersections, you've got the Hickory Street road improvements, and then you've got the, I believe, 7 traffic signal improvements all tied together. Those traffic signals are on State Road 15, starting at
Prairie.
Detroit, I believe. Detroit and Winona, and moving Prairie. Okay. All right. We're still, I mean, obviously, we're still getting that information. They've just released the engineering documents that show us what exactly is going to happen. So all that will be updated. I do assume that this summer, State Road 15 again will probably have lane restrictions like it did last year because of these intersection traffic signal replacements. They will have, excuse me, they will have temporary stoplights in use, or they will use, I think the existing stoplights will stay in use while they are putting up the new ones. It won't be like out here where we had to put a 4-way stop in there and work through all that. This will be, existing stop lights will stay in place until the new ones are activated. What did I miss?
The one-way on Hickory, Mayor, is it north? Is it gonna be?
Both of the one-ways are gonna, you're gonna come off center and either go north or go south. And that minimizes the traffic. If you look at the way the rail comes through on Hickory Street, there's not room for 2 lanes of traffic, quite frankly. And this is all at the request of NDOT and Norfolk Southern.
Okay.
They're actually going to put curbing in there to eliminate the lanes. There will retain parking for the residents on the east side of Hickory Street because some of those homes don't have garages in the back. So they worked with us to retain the parking. So that'd be the only thing that would cut across those tracks would be those residents that will still have parking along the east side of Hickory.
Okay.
It was a big collaboration the other day, to say the least, between the city and Norfolk Southern and NDOT, and they are all still trying to coordinate. So we'll see how this preliminary schedule and timeline works out, but we were told that those railroad intersections crossing improvements will start in a couple weeks. So clear? Questions? Okay. All right. Anything else?
Sorry to you and everybody in here for my 20-minute tardiness. I don't want a lunchroom detention. That's what we do at the school, but hopefully the mayor and the clerk will be nice to me. So appreciate everybody's patience. Thank you.
And our streaming audience? Would you
Yeah, I
address
did,
them?
yeah.
Okay. All right. Thanks. All right. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All right. Thank you.
Scott, thanks. It's nice.
Hey, you still have to go.
I know. Okay.
Your schedule, you'll find Thursday.
Thursday, yeah, is the next